homicide race board, you go all the way down to the bottom. And you know what they got on there? Salaries. It says CMPD starting salary. You got a 4-year degree, this amount of experience.
That's pretty much the only positive you can give these people to handle. Like,
and that's, I mean, I said, really, I don't need anything else on the table. Because you got everything right there. That's what I'm attract people. I said, freaking Charlotte.
They ain't everything, Jerry.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But I will be honest, coming out of college, if I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't be here.
Where'd you be at? Huh? Atlanta?
County. You know, I gotta really know the difference between sheriff.
I think a lot of guys would have did.
Huh?
If they would answer my phone calls and emails first, I'd be working for them.
You know, I was in the process of county.
They didn't get an email back to me for 6 months.
6 months, yeah, Solomon, he pushed everything through. And then the sheriff, what's his name? Big dude. No, the sheriff, before Tosin took over.
Right.
Yeah. He had called me. I said, oh, shoot. Sheriff called me. At the time, my uncle worked for York County. You ever heard of nepotism? Rebels, you ever heard of nepotism? So I was like, that's my uncle. He's like, well, I got the power to override that. And then
I put in for them for 4 times. For whatever reason, it just fell apart. It's like an invisible hook in my back with like Rockopedia on the other end. Is it nuts?
yeah, then Rock Hill called. They actually offered me, so I said I go to Rock Hill. But yeah, I took the test and everything.
I actually talked to Scott the other day.
Scott.
Yeah.
Solomon.
Jessica Scott.
What's she doing now?
I guess she's still in North Carolina doing something.
She's not with the Rangers thing no more?
I haven't talked to her about that. I can text her and get her up to date.
stuff.
I don't know. Unless she broke up with a girlfriend because her girlfriend cheated on her with the trooper, and then they got married.
Trooper's home troop.
That's right when she getting ready to leave too.
Tell us on that. Well, that stuff already expired.
Here's the thing though, if it's out of state, they might just transition. It's like the Border Patrol guys.
Oh yeah, they do.
There's only like one time a year they're doing like the prior thing. Here's my thing. Would you rather them have like an 8-week academy or an 18-week flat seat from the federal government? And they said that's not good enough. Like that made me laugh when I heard that.
You said leftover right first, right?
It don't matter. Wherever's more comfortable. Jerry, I do it like this. I do it like this. You can do it like this if you want to. You can play patty cake.
Let me count my toes.
Don't like your legs.
Huh?
Don't like your legs.
Where am I going last home?
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for coming to be a part of this press conference. At this time, we'll go ahead and begin, and we're going to have the open remarks by Chief Watts. I want to go ahead and let everyone know that today is a day of information coming from the podium. We will not be fielding any questions to our speakers at this time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and again, thank you for coming. This is a important investigation to us, and we appreciate your time. On May 10th, 2021, at approximately 11:30 p.m., the Rock Hill Police Department was dispatched to Hagins Street in Rock Hill, South Carolina, for the homicide of Alexis Massey. Massey was 20 years old. She was originally from Rock Hill and a graduate 2019 of South Point High School. She relocated to Spartanburg, South Carolina, where she owned a successful hair studio, Blessed by Lex. Massey had come to Rock Hill that weekend to celebrate Mother's Day. Massey, among others, was attending a get-together on Hagins Street. While standing outside of the residence, multiple gunshots were heard coming from the direction of West Moore Street. Massey's cause of death was a gunshot wound. Massey was an innocent bystander killed by senseless gunfire. She was shot while doing nothing more than talking to a friend. The homicide investigation has been assigned to a task force called Alexis Massey Task Force. This task force includes the Rock Hill Police Department, the York County Coroner's Office, State Law Enforcement Division Behavioral Science Unit, and State Forensics Service Laboratory, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Numerous witnesses have been interviewed and have provided significant information. We also know that there are others in the community who have information and who need to come forward. Some may not realize that the information they have is relevant to the investigation and the crime. Let the investigators make that decision. Investigators are looking for any information to include the information on the following vehicle description: a Nissan Versa, possibly a 2010 to 2014 model, black in color. This vehicle is possibly involved in the shooting. Electronic devices have been examined. Latent prints and DNA have been collected, as well as the SLED Forensics Laboratory is examining physical evidence. No comment can be made as to the results of this examinations, as it will be detrimental to the investigation. However, critical evidence has been collected. It is our experience that the offender or offenders will often follow the investigation and have an interest in both rumor and gossip in the community and media accounts. They may have spoken about the murder to a family member, friends, and associates. Their comments most likely will be non-committal, asking others for their opinion of how and why it happened and whom they believe may have done it. The offender will ask questions or will question others if law enforcement has contacted them and what they told investigators. The offender will make statements blaming the victim or attempting to rationalize their behavior. An example would be whoever did this was high on drugs or alcohol. The offender may provide an excuse as to why they could not have been involved. Another example: I was not in town, or I was asleep at the time. These excuses may be the result of direct questioning or come up during casual conversation. It is common for the offenders to display behavioral changes immediately following a murder, after the discovery of the body, or after press releases to the public. These changes may include leaving town, anxiety, difference in food consumption, drug and alcohol use, and changes in sleep patterns or habits. This murder and the fear of identification are becoming all-consuming for the killer or killers. For this reason, the offender may have erratic outburst in their behavior. The offender continues to pose a danger not only to other people, but also to friends, family members that may be close to them, and they may have violent outbursts or unpredictable behavior against the persons or people they care most about. There is someone close to the offender who suspects a friend, a family member is responsible for Alexis Massey's death, but does not want to believe it. Investigators know that it is difficult to come forward with information. However, investigators want this person to know that they may be the person in the position to help prevent another individual from being injured or killed. A hotline has been created dedicated to the Alexis Massey Task Force. The phone number is 803-329-5596. Callers can remain anonymous. If any individuals would like to speak to the lead investigators involved in the investigation, they may leave their name and number. Again, the hotline number is 803-329-5596. Once more, we know that there are those in the community with information and are reluctant to come forward. Also, the ATF is offering a reward up to $5,000 for information leading to the location, arrest, and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the murder of Alexis Massey. Investigators and the family of Massey ask for those people to come forward so the family can have closure. I would like to bring up the victim's sister, Keisha, for a few words.
Hello. So I just want to talk a little about my sister. I mean, nobody's perfect in the world. She was a good girl. She was only 20. She graduated from South Point. She had dreams. I know she had her own business, is doing hair, but she wanted to go further. She wanted to go back to school to build houses or even remodel houses. She didn't get to do that, and May 10th really changed our life, mentally and physically. The last time I seen my sister alive was last year on Mother's Day, and yeah, yesterday was very hard for me. And I'm trying to do this without crying because it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to even wear my sister on shirts. She was 20. She was just standing there, you know, talking. This is hard. But yeah, my sister, she didn't deserve that. And I know people out there know what happened. And I just pray that you do the right thing and call the number. Because what if this was your sister? What if this was your aunt? My son, still to this day, still cries. Still. It's hard for us. She didn't deserve that. It's like she was robbed from her life. And her other sister is coming up. Her name is Victoria.
First and foremost, I want to thank God and everyone else who came today, giving us the opportunity to reach out to the people to find out who did this to our sunflower. She was an intelligent and kind and classy young woman. Great inspiration for both sides of her family to become the highest self of herself and inspire others to do the best within themselves as well. Her grind, her business, Blessed by Lex, created joy wherever she went. And she is the embodiment of joy. Alexis loved her family. She loved all her family. What you have taken away from us is our joy of supporting and watching a successful black woman prosper, and two, a woman that she needed and wanted to be. Our sunflower. Two.
One love.
One love. Thank you.
We thank everybody for coming. We hope and pray that with this message today and these strong people that took the stage to give you information about their loved one, the people will come forward. Thank you. That concludes the press conference.